See if I can freaking cheat all these people. I was hanging out at the rock store last Saturday, I think it was, and this guy was walking around with his girlfriend, and they came over and they were looking at this beta, and the guy was asking me some questions and the girl was asking me some questions, and one of the questions, she goes, why is the front tire so small? And then just that quick, the guy was like, yeah, and why does that? And I just kept on talking, and I didn't answer that particular question of hers, but it was such a good question that I wanted to make a moto vlog about it. Because if you look at pretty much any motorcycle, the front tire is considerably smaller than the back tire. And not really like this bike, you'd say, no, it's not. It's, you know, the front's a 21 inch and the back's like an 18 inch. Yeah, the diameter of the rim. But the actual tire, you look at the front, it's just like a tiny little tire. And then you look at the back tire, it's like a big, meaty, freaking back tire. And the front tire on this bike is a 90 for the width. And the back tire on this is a 140 for the width. So it's like, dude, that's insane. That's like a huge, huge difference. And the reason for that is weight. That's basically what it comes down to, is weight and how much load each one of those tires can take. Here's what I think is, say your bike's just sitting in your garage and you had a scale under the back tire and a scale under the front tire. Those two scales would probably be pretty much the same. You know, maybe the back would weigh a little bit more, but pretty much the same. And with the rider on the bike, it changes, I believe, because if you look at where the rider sits compared to the front wheel and the back wheel, it's like I'm way closer to the back than I am to the front. And so at that point, those two scales would totally be tipped. You know, that back tire would have considerably more weight on that back tire than the front tire. And then if you consider, in addition to that, okay, in addition to me sitting here, I'm now on it. What does that do? Think about that. You know, when you're coming around a turn and the front tire's just like skipping on the ground, you know, you got like 80% of the bike's weight, or probably, you know, like 75, 80, you know, something like that, on that back tire. When you're like totally flying, if you had those two scales under those wheels, the back tire would be so much heavier than the front tire. And that is what I think. That to me is, that's the reason. Is because if you got more weight, you need more tire to give you more traction. That's how it works. You know, it's all relative. So that's what I think it comes down to, is weight. And in the average turn, you're going to come into the turn, you're going to be letting off, and about halfway you're going to be rolling on. And maybe I'm not rolling on like super hard, I'm just cruising, but even if you're just cruising, it's still you're gonna have way more weight on that back tire than the front tire. And I believe that that's what it comes down to. That is what it comes down to. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. You know, is my theory correct? am I right? Because that is what I think. So leave me a comment in the comment section down below and let me know what your opinion is. And I will talk to you later. Peace.